Hello. Happy birthday, Persona 5. My name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Persona 5. Now, obviously this isn't going to be a full playthrough. I like playing the starts of the game sometimes because it's really fun, and especially since it has been a freaking year since Persona 5 was released. A year! Like, what is going on in my life? You know? The fact that like Dark Souls 3 was released 2 years ago, and Breath of the Wild was released a year ago, and this was released a year ago. Guys, it's been a year. Look at this! It's honestly one of the greatest games I've personally ever been. I'm gonna test the volume of this to see if it shows up. That seems okay. If it echoes, it echoes. I need to hear this song. I'm playing the opening sequence because it deserves to be played. I'm a Persona fanboy. You can call me that all you want. You can dislike the video because you hate like Persona. That's great. To me, Persona 5 is just one of the great, like in terms of an overall franchise, it is my favorite. It is my favorite overall franchise. Of course, like, you know, I might prefer some games in other franchises to particular games in this franchise, but in terms of an overall franchise, like, look at this. If you saw this, how could you not just want to play it? Well, I guess there's actually understandable why you wouldn't want to play it, but still, you know, it's pretty good. So just like I did with Breath of the Wild, I'm going to go through the first 30 minutes of the game and basically talk about why I love this game, why this game is done so freaking like honestly done like so emotional, so amazing. And look at this, and we're gonna press any button. Now this is I'm gonna blur the screen now for a second because I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, we're gonna start New Game Plus because I'm actually gonna be playing it all day today, so I received a Persona 5 swimsuit set? Okay. I didn't buy it. Okay, I downloaded that. Yeah. And look at this, gameplay recording resumed because you entered the blocks. Okay, from New Game Plus, you'll have to add inherit some of your clear data from your starting game. Would you like to inherit your clear data? Of course. You will now inherit your clear data and begin the game. The following carried over: social stats, persona compendium, skill cards, equipment, money, and playtime. Furthermore, you will also inherit any special items you receive from your confident relationships. Really cool. Christmas presents. Thanks to your confidence Christmas presents, your confident relationship will grow more quickly when you have persona the same arcana as them. That is really, really cool. I knew this already though. I'm just trying to like react with you guys. Farewell presents. Yeah, it's okay.
This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to persons living or dead in your world are purely coincidental. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game.
I agree.
The contract has been sealed.
Now, at first, when I first played this game,
the world is not as it should be. It's filled with distortion, and ruin can no longer be avoided. Those who oppose fate and desire change from time to time.
This is all not that important.
Now is the time to rise against the abyss of
this is important. Now, when I first saw that, I was kind of like, man, why did they need a warning before the game starts? I thought that that's like extremely redundant and like not needed in any way, shape, or form. And then, as the game goes on, yes, it is needed. It is 100% needed. Because there's a lot of characters that do resemble people in real life. This game is the perfect escape from the horrible people that live in the real world. And people can say you're an edgelord, Calvin. I don't believe that all people are horrible, but I believe there are people in different positions that are pretty fucking horrible, and this game really reflects them in a lot of great ways. It takes a lot of bad people and a lot of their bad activities and lets you rectify them and change them, which, you know, is perfect. It's a great feeling, and it makes the game you want to defeat the bad guys. In some games they make you relate to the bad guys. In this, it's like they just want you to fuck up the bad guys. I much prefer that. I much prefer games where I can just like literally just destroy the bad guys. I'm gonna talk during the cutscenes because I've seen this a million times now. Oh my god, look at Joker! Look at this man.
He's here. Move in immediately.
If any of you haven't seen the intro to this game, you're about to see the intro, and honestly, it's a fantastic, fantastic intro. It's amazing. Here we go.
Now get running.
This is our only chance.
Stay calm. You can
Oh,
get
this
away
music
now.
is so good.
Go retrieve the briefcase. What was that? Don't worry about us. Just concentrate on getting away.
Look at this.
Showing yourself above that crowd earlier was an excellent.
Oh yeah, we jump off here. This is
Joker.
what the dungeon crawling is like in the game.
Wouldn't pull it off that smoothly.
The game, I'm not an air challenging you. I'm not gonna sing that. You guys are gonna get really annoyed.
Just run, get out of there.
I can't help it.
Looks like the
Watch us multiply.
everyone.
The music in this game got music of the year for me for a reason. Like, it's absolutely fantastic.
Stop right there. Get away.
Take him down, Joker.
The one really amazing thing that this game does, like, I think better than any other JRPG, and I'm saying JRPG because, like, there's a particular genre of games, you know, not including Zelda and Dark Souls, because I don't think they count really that much as JRPGs. But there's like this like really cool thing that this game does for me anyway.
No threat.
Let's see. So we have Brave Blade. Let's use Brave Blade. Oh, it's such a good song. It makes combat so like fun to do, and if you so choose, use Agadane on me, which is a fire move. We can just attack. Look at that critical. And we can take aim with a gun and fire with the gun as much as we want. Well, there's upwards of that many bullets. And I feel like a lot of JRPGs are bogged down by the combat system, because the combat system I think is more important than a really good story. And this game has both for me.
You defeated them with ease. More of them? Be careful. Joker, behind you. Go through that door.
One of the biggest complaints that I heard about this game, and there's two things I need to talk about in terms of, like, a few things I need to talk about in terms of complaints. Three things mainly. Realism, how cool the character is, he's a bit too cool, people say, and the Atlas situation, because I feel like I feel like I want to talk about them over the course of this video.
I'm okay.
The one thing, like, also, I think I'll start with the heaviest one, which is the Atlas situation, which is a lot of people probably going to get pissed off in my opinion on this. Because again, people are going to say, well, you're just a fanboy of video games. But I'm like this with all companies. I feel like it was a pretty silly situation. Personally, I thought it was a very silly situation. And I feel like
What?
Atlas should learn from that situation. So we have to hide in the shadows and seek for an opening. Atlas should definitely learn from that situation. But they are a Japanese company. I'm not going to read this out either. Like, you can read it if you want, guys. I'm going to leave it there for as long as you want. They are a Japanese company that, like, don't understand streaming. And companies, you know, if you don't understand the thing, you're not going to, like, fully comprehend it. Again, I'm totally, like, against the idea of, like, blocking people's streaming videos. But I don't personally have a right to be able to stream these videos. Like, buying the game doesn't give you a license to play to show the game off to everybody. It doesn't. It really doesn't. As much as, like, Let's Players like to think that, like, it's transformative, there's very few Let's Plays that I think are actually transformative and change the game enough. Some Let's Players sit there and just comment on what's happening.
You're there.
That's just how it is. After that commotion, the bottom floor's completely closed off. Hey, can you make it?
Over there! There's nowhere to run!
See ya.
And I think the largest streaming service in Japan is a wrestling streaming service. And I think the only reason why it's even there
You're so reckless, you know that?
is because of to compete with the WWE network. Look how cool this looks. It's really well animated as well. I think it's the best animated.
Readings. It can't be.
What happened?
An
This is Joker's one of his most, I think, one of his most confident moments in the whole game, the whole 90-hour game.
Suspect secure. Didn't expect to find some kid. You have your teammate to thank for this. You were sold out. Suspect confirmed. Cuff it.
The other big problem that people have with this game is how cool the character is, and I can get it from this, but I feel like when you enter school for the first time, people hate you. Like, you have to work to get people to like you. Even towards the end of the game, like, a lot of people still hate you and your character. And I forget what the third complaint
Guess
was.
the drug was too strong. Wake him up. No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot? Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence? So you're not that dumb. Which is good. Because we get to take as much time as we need. Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh? You should know your place.
Pretty serious dude. I love the animation style as well in this. Jeez, I forget what the third complaint was, but I'm sure, you know, whatever.
Sign here. It's a confession under your name.
I understand. I'm sure it wasn't that important if I forgot about it.
Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
Okay, so originally in my first playthrough of this game I went with the canon name for the comic book. But now that there's a TV show and a movie, I feel like going for the canon name for that is like better. I'm not sure how you do it again. I think it's like sign your name. Yeah, so okay, so we need capital letters. How do we do that again? Oh, like this. So we do Ren, which means lotus, I think it does. Ren. Confirm given name, and then Ren. Now, I need to spell this properly. I think it is Amamaya. A lot of people probably don't want to go with canon names when they play these games. They're probably going to go with their own name or make up a name for themselves, and that's cool too. It's like, I don't know, I just like to, I like the idea of me watching all these guys, because like it's really hard to like picture myself as this character. Confirm family name. Ren Amai. The idea of a lotus like really fits this game as well. And by the way, there's no way I'm playing through this full game. This would take...
Excuse me, but this area is off.
I'm Nijima from the Public Prosecutor's Office.
Look at her! Her hair is so
Prosecutor's
cool.
Office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides,
You prosecutor signed Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. Expecting much, though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long. It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand.
Sorry that I had to make a cutback there.
I didn't expect it'd be you. You'll be answering my questions this time. Those bastards. Can you hear me? It seems you've been through a lot. Almost anything can happen here. And I can't stop them. That's why I need you to answer me honestly. I don't have much time either. What was your objective? Why did you cause such a major incident? I didn't think it was a prank from the get-go, but I couldn't assemble a case for prosecution. It's because I couldn't figure out the method behind it.
What do you want to know?
This isn't an issue of whether or not it can be used in court. I need to know. This is my case, after all. It seems you're coherent. When and where did you find out about that world? How is it even possible to steal another's heart? Now, tell me your account of everything. Start from the very beginning.
All this becomes clear, obviously, as the game goes on. In fact, I actually think that you won't find out exactly what's happening here until like around the 75-hour mark. Maybe even later.
You are held captive, a prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance. This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none. But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a possibility open to you. I beg you, please overcome this game and save the world. The key to victory lies within the memories of your bonds, the truth that you and your friends grasped. It all began that day, when the game was started half a year ago. For the sake of your world's future, as well as your own, you must remember.
Would you like to save your current progress? I would. Yeah. Like, I guess these aren't that spoiler-y. Like, in all fairness, LeBlanc is like, will be going there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that was my other New Game Plus playthrough. Okay. And what I meant by transformative when I was talking about Let's Plays, by the way, guys, is that, like, I feel like Game Grumps are transformative. I feel like Epic Name Bro is transformative. I feel like, a lot of playthroughs are transformative. I just feel like the playthroughs that are sitting there going like, say this is not a transformative playthrough to me. It's like, okay, so he's putting his head down. She just talked about the doors to the left. There's a car. He's grabbing the girl's hand. Oh wow, he's clenching his fist. He pulled him around. He fell to the ground. Oh no! Like I don't feel like that's transformative. That's just describing what's happening on the screen.
Damn brat! I'll sue!
Not that I'm any better. I do it a lot as well.
Mental shutdown? It's the truth. To a person, though, that's gotta be a joke. You really love all that occult stuff, don't you?
That's actually very accurate. Whenever I look down, whenever I'm in a big city, I'm rarely ever been, Dublin is like the biggest city I've been in, but whenever I'm high up and I'm looking down on all the people in Dublin, I get like really dizzy, and I get really dizzy there looking down on all those people as well. They actually accurately did Shibuya, by the way. I saw this video where they compared Shibuya to this, and they did it really accurately. It's one of the weirdest things to say during this, but like the protagonist having glasses was always shocking to me, you know, because here's the thing, he's supposed to portray an attractive dude, right? We're not gonna lie, like in anime terms, he's supposed to portray an attractive dude, right? We're not gonna bullshit ourselves, right? Oh, it feels so good to move around in this game. But in the other games, like Persona 3 was like for sure, like they were like, he's so cool, you know, even though I love Persona 3, you know, a lot. And then Persona 4 is the same, it's like, oh, look how cool he is. And I feel like in Persona 5 they actually make an effort to like make him like not as cool as people might say. Was that the other problem people had with the game, that he like didn't look as cool? I don't know. That he looked too cool. So you can talk to these people, but like we don't really need to. We're just gonna bypass them a bit. Man, the relationships you make in this game, the places you go in this game. Look at this. Like, this is your home. Like, what are like? There is other games that offer this. Like, you know, there's Trails of Cold Steel, which like, you know, didn't rip off the kind of way that they do in Persona, but like they did like kind of. And again, there's an example of transformative media. They made it their own, and it's absolutely fantastic for it. I'm just like thoroughly impressed with this game over and over again. So this is where we have to go. This is Sojiro's house. He's not home. I'd love to live in a house like that though. Even after ringing the doorbell, it doesn't look anyone will answer the door. Maybe he's gone out. Looks like no one's home. Well, LeBlanc's in the back alley, so I should make my other deliveries first. Next I need to take the package to... Hello. Which would be the fastest way to LeBlanc? The alley is too narrow, so we have to go to LeBlanc, which is the best cafe in the world. I don't like cafes myself. It's just a personal preference. I don't usually go to cafes, but LeBlanc is really cool. I just think this game is an achievement of a JRPG. I think that they made... this is where I ended the first episode of my first ever playthrough. I just feel like they've achieved so much with like so little. The audio levels for this are really weird right now. I'm hoping that I didn't F this up somehow. If I did, I apologize. I think more than anything, like, you know, yeah, I bawled my eyes out when this game ended. But I think more than anything, the thing that's weird about this being a year since we played, since this game released, is like, in the most dramatic way possible, how old we're all getting. But yeah, I think this guy doesn't look too cool. I think they're trying their best to make him look a little bit normal. Well, happy birthday Persona 5. I hope that you guys will play this game at some point as well. I'm going to continue playing this game until the end again. There'll be more Zelda coming this week. I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to do probably just like... I'm going to finish Phantom Hourglass all in a row. There's some stuff people want me to do in Ocarina of Time as well. I'll do that as well. And I'll see you guys very soon. Happy birthday. And he doesn't look too cool just because he has the coolest fucking pants in the world and the coolest hair and the coolest turtleneck ever. Like, look, he works the turtleneck pretty well. He works it fairly well. Yeah, I just think this game is I'm gonna get so much shit for saying, but I think this game is perfect. I said it. Apart from that one dungeon, actually this game ain't perfect. There's a one dungeon later on that I'm not too fond of.